Hey guys, I'm the Movie Man, and I'm going to be reviewing the movie Sabotage. Now, in this movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the main character. He plays John Warden. He's a DEA agent. He's the leader of this group of undercover agents. And in the beginning of the movie, they go into this safe house from this drug cartel, and they attempt to rob them. But when they come back later for the money's gone. One of them obviously took it. None of them know who it was. And these guys start coming up dead one by one. And the whole movie is basically about finding out who stole the money and who's killing all these guys. Honestly, at this point, I kind of think Arnold should just retire. Other than the Expendables, which was good, he really hadn't done anything good in about 15 years. So, and this movie's really not good either. It's pretty bad. This plot is absolutely rehashed. It's recycled. It's something we've seen time and time again on television. It's basically just a crime drama. It's boring. We've seen it before. I actually was falling asleep during this movie. I had to go to the concession stand and buy their immensely overpriced candy just to keep myself awake, because I was literally falling asleep about 20 minutes into this thing. It's pretty boring. This movie actually has good actors in it. Arnold's a good actor. He's made good movies before. Terrence Howard's in the movie. I've really liked him in the past. Olivia Williams is in this movie. She's had good roles in the past. It's just that in this movie, the writing is not good enough to really capitalize on good actors, and most of them are miscast in the first place. They wasted a lot of acting talent. The only actor who actually shows up to me, actually looks good in this movie, is Miria Enos. She played in World War Z last year. She played Brad Pitt's wife in that movie. I liked her in that too. I'd like to see her in more stuff. If you go to see this movie for action, you're probably going to be disappointed. There's not a whole lot of action in this movie. It's certainly not like you would expect from a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's the opening scene where they actually go to rob this drug cartel, and then there's like the last 2 or 3 minutes of the movie. There's a pretty good action scene, and then there's a car chase scene toward the end. It's all shaky cam, but 9/10 of the movie is this cookie cutter crime drama like you would see on a TV show. The director of this movie is David Ayer. He's been good in the past. He's made some good movies. He actually wrote Training Day, which was a great movie. This movie, it's not put together very well. It felt like you had about 3 stories going on at one time. One story that they had from the beginning was the backstory of Arnold's character. It has nothing to do with anything else that's going on in the movie. It did not belong there at all. I understand they want you to see the darkness in this character, but he really didn't have to go into his backstory. It didn't have anything to do with the rest of the movie. This movie, to me, was like you set up 3 different TVs in your house, and you're trying to watch 3 different movies, one on all 3 of them. You wouldn't be getting enough detail out of any of them to actually follow them. And that's the way this movie is. They're showing you 3 different stories, and they're not giving you enough detail in any of them so that you can make sense out of it. That and the editing style is all over the place. It's completely disjointed. There were several cuts in the movie where I was like, what is going on here? Like they went back and forth in time, and there's no continuity, and the whole thing's just real convoluted and real confusing. So yeah, I didn't like this movie at all. It's a gimmick movie. It's made to put Arnold on the screen with a bunch of blood and take your money, and that's what it's made for. And that's all they ever wanted to do with it. There was no effort put into this thing from a filmmaking perspective to make a decent movie. And that's what it is. And it's a bad movie. So I gave it a 3 out of 10. That's my review. If you liked the movie, if you didn't like the movie, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Subscribe to my channel. I'll have my Captain America review coming up real soon. And if you want to see my written reviews, you can go to Facebook and like the Movie Man page on Facebook.